1988, an 8-year-old girl named April Tinsley was abducted, raped, and murdered in Fort Wayne, Indiana. For decades, the case remained unsolved, and April's family was left without closure. However, in 2018, advances in DNA technology led to the arrest of a suspect named John D. Miller. The case was a landmark in the use of DNA evidence to solve cold cases, and has drawn attention from law enforcement agencies, legal experts, and the general public alike. John D. Miller was born on March 29, 1961, in Fort Wayne, Indiana. He grew up in a family of 7 children and dropped out of high school in the 11th grade. According to the court documents, Miller had a history of sexual assault dating back to the 1980s. However, he had never been charged with a crime until his arrest in 2018. April Tinsley was born February 28, 1980, and was a 3rd grader at Fairfield Elementary School in Fort Wayne when she was abducted. On April 1, 1988, April was walking to a friend's house when she was approached by an unknown man in a blue pickup truck. The man convinced April to get into the truck by telling her he had a surprise for her. He then took her to a secluded area where he sexually assaulted and murdered her. Her body was found 3 days later in a ditch near Spencerville Road. The case quickly became a high-profile investigation in the Fort Wayne area, with police canvassing the neighborhood, interviewing witnesses, and distributing flyers with sketches of the suspect. Despite a $10,000 reward for information leading to an arrest, the case went cold. Over the years, the case remained unsolved, but April's family and the Fort Wayne community did not forget about her. In 2004, a message was found scrawled on a barn door near April's home that read, "I killed April Tinsley. I will kill again." The message was signed with the initial BK and included a reference to the day of April's abduction. Police investigated the message, but they were unable to identify a suspect. In 2018, the case took a dramatic turn when the police announced they had identified a suspect through DNA evidence, using a new technique called genealogy. Police were able to match DNA found on April's body with DNA obtained from a genealogy website. The DNA led investigators to John D. Miller, who lived less than 20 miles from where April was abducted. Police obtained a warrant to search Miller's trailer home and found evidence linking him to April's abduction and murder. During the police interview, Miller reportedly confessed to abducting, assaulting, and killing April. He was subsequently charged with murder, child molesting, and criminal confinement. In December 2018, Miller pleaded guilty to murder and child molesting. He was sentenced to 80 years in prison with the possibility of parole after 60 years. During the sentencing hearing, Miller apologized to April's family, saying, "I can't say I'm sorry enough. I'm sorry." The case of April Tinsley and John D. Miller has drawn attention from legal experts, law enforcement agencies, and the public at large. It is considered a landmark case in the use of genealogy to solve cold cases. Genealogy is a technique that involves using DNA obtained from genealogy websites to identify suspects in criminal investigations. The technique has been used to solve a number of high-profile cases in recent years, including the Golden State Killer case in California.